Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I did not quit this challenge or anything like that. I didn't uploaded a video yesterday, and how I can explain that? Well, first, I think that it's better to make these videos in the morning time, as you can see, not only because I'm gonna be more energetic, and if I'm more energetic, I'm gonna be able to film more entertaining videos. And first of all, this thing right here, I'm gonna film a video at all. Well, I'm kind of in the middle of being sick and healthy right now. I'm kind of feeling fatigue, and when you have this headache and when it's 11 p.m., I used to record these videos. For those who are not familiar and the first time watching this video, I used to record and document my journey after the end of the day, like after doing all the things which I'm supposed to do, like after reaching out to people on Instagram, after having a bunch of meetings, after doing the coding stuff, after doing all the work which I'm supposed to do. I used to sum these things up and record the video at 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. And that just hit me to a certain degree that I think when you don't sleep enough for many days in a row, and you just one day just comes and your brain shuts down. And I think that was what happened yesterday and day before. I just my brain wasn't just functioning good enough. I just didn't know what was going on in my life. I even the last video, like 141 video, if you watch it, I just recorded this video to just freaking record the video, to just I hated recording that video, not only because I didn't want to record that video because it was 11 a.m. I was tired, I had a headache, I was kind of feeling fatigued because of my sickness. And also I because of these symptoms, I didn't work as hard and as bad as I like to do. And recording that and sharing that with the world wasn't something I wanted to do. And yeah, here we are. Thank God, after one day of having a break, I think yesterday, like having a break, I wanted to record the video until the last moment of day, until I realized that it was like 11 p.m. and I look at my to-do list for today. I'm like, I have so much things to do which are way more important than just recording a video, which is DMing people on Instagram, reaching out, finding salespeople. I have to do something with this content stuff. This my main YouTube channel. I don't really want to be selling anything here. At least I don't desire to do that. There's a great guy I can take an example of called Ryan Serhant. I think, if I'm not mistaken, his surname, Ryan Serhant. So guy has two different YouTube channels, same face, same value, but the problem is that, not the problem, but the thing is that on his main YouTube channel, he loves to document and talk about things which are about him, the things which are about him, you know. You don't have to be thinking about how to link your words to your product, or just, you don't have to be, you don't have to put in any kind of brain power to that. But he also has a separate channel for his business called, I think, something Sarhand, his real estate agency. His business YouTube channel also shares interesting videos, not just selling all the time. But here he knows that, you know what, I can actually play a little game right here. Like, I have rights to do whatever I want to hear. I have rights. I give a permission to myself to sell here. I can sell when I'm talking about my life and I'm documenting my life, my journey. At least I don't want to do that. Yeah. I think it's not quite accurate whatever I have just said you, but at least that's what I want to do. I think I have created a YouTube channel for my agency, a separate YouTube channel for my agency, and I want to make content over there. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Let me start from the most important, the thing which just made me, that today, the thing which happened tomorrow, I mean yesterday, um, this sickness, this fatigue, um, didn't came alone. Like it didn't came just bad. My day wasn't just bad day. Thank God, Alhamdulillah. It was a pretty interesting day, full of both good and bad. The good thing which I had in my mind is that I kind of it just hit to my mind. Like I was last couple of days I was spending so much time on my startup because I'm so into the thing. I'm excited. I have people in the startup. We're all working together, and this chemistry just creates the kind of environment which you don't want to leave. And I don't want to leave my startup for my agency. And I end up being in the situation where, like, I want my agency to do good, but for my agency to do good, I have to get out of this good place, my startup environment, and go ahead to somewhere else and do something totally different. Like I have to reach out, I have to do all these things. Like, I'm not, you know, I wasn't happy about that, right? Um, you know, and yeah, for your agency too, you don't why you don't like your agency. Like in my case, why I don't really like or don't want to leave one thing for another one. Well, because both of these two things could have been great. Why another one sucks and another one is great? And ask myself, well, for this thing, my agency to do great, I have to find clients. If this thing would have been doing what I would like it to do, I wouldn't have any kind of problems with that. I don't think so. I would have had some kind of problems and issues with that. But the problem is that I'm not DMing and reaching out to people to gain clients. So it just circle. And I decided that this is gonna be a pivot moment. I mean, I didn't decide that this is gonna be a pivot moment, but I just knew this is a pivot moment. I had to change something in the system, and I decided, yeah, the idea which came to my mind, what kind of changes I'm gonna make into this game, is a couple of things. We are gonna go really, really, really into this content creation game. Okay, my mom is calling. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna describe you and tell you what I have done this morning and yesterday afternoon, to just make some changes into this business and what I have changed so far. Okay, great. Even my daily schedule, I don't know what is going on, or what is going on with my life, honestly. I don't really want to document this part of my life where certain things go wrong. If I would have documented part of my life which is just about my startup, it would have been such a pink, such a beautiful thing to document about, because it's all going better and better, alhamdulillah. We created our first MVP, a minimum viable product, and now we're at the stage where building our first version of our product, which we're not going to be ashamed of showing to people. And that is kind of, we are working towards the second version of our product, which we're going to be also monetizing. And yeah, this drive, this all those things which are going on in my life right now, some of them are great, some of them are incredible. My first time in my life, I have tried out a thing called Google Analytics. Um, my first time in my life, we creating any kind of startup at all, and first time in my life getting into this game, and I'm excited. Except when I remember that I'm supposed to do other things also. Um, doing only the startup thing. When I wake up in the morning, I know what I have to do. This is something unique. I never have felt that. I never have, alhamdulillah, I never have experienced how it is like to when you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, we have to add this feature and I have to work on this part of the design and I have to ask this guy and maybe have this meeting about this feature. This is an incredible feeling of like fulfillment of and joy from the thing which you're doing. But the problem is that, bro, I have this agency stuff, which is, standing on the side and waiting for me. And what the heck, you are not working on your agency at all? Like, why? Like, agency is number one. You have said this is number one. This agency stuff, every time when I remember that, shit, I have to deal with that also because I have already poured all my energy and my attention into the startup. Because I want to do it also and I want to do this thing also. But I have to make myself to work on this agency because, you know the reason, whatever. Yeah, there is not only agency, but there is a couple of things which are standing there and waiting for me to come. There are a couple of things. You can even look at the... And I mean, if you pause the video and you just take a look, there are certain things which I'm not taking for a very long period of time. Memorizing the Arabic version of Quran, reading even the translation, basic translation of this book, DMing people, which is my agency, or at least it used to be before. My agency's website, which I have to start to code and build. What else is there? My programming classes. Yeah, I think that's it. These are the things I used to do every single day without any questioning. I just knew I have to do that, and I used to do that without any doubts in my mind. And it doesn't mean that I have used to do wrong things or something like that. It just I think we have to change certain things, and that's what it is. It's not that very dramatic. At least I hope for this is not very dramatic thing to happen. Okay, whatever. Getting back to my agency, like all the other things, like for example, memorizing the Arabic version of this Quran stuff, reading the translation of it, doing my programming classes. This thing, not that necessarily anymore because I am learning a lot about programming while we're building the startup and while doing all these things. It's not that required anymore, but reading Quran, I think it's gonna stay here. Well, I have to build my agency's website. There is no doubts about it. Except that, I think things look pretty great. I just have to do something about my agency. I just have to pivot, change something in my agency. So that's what I have decided to do. In my agency, in my startup, one of the things which I have learned so far is that team does matter. Like, because I'm building the startup, I watched plenty of other videos on YouTube from Y Combinator and all the other guys which are big in this tech, startup stuff. And they, when they say what they look for when they are investing in the company, one of the things which they have said is the team, right? They said idea, they said market scale, they said all the other things which are linked to a founder. But one of the most important things when they look for in a startup, when they're investing into the startup, is the team. So that's what I changed. I used to run this agency all alone. If you have been watching me from day one, you know that I didn't have any single person working in this agency except myself. I used to code myself, and if I used to get clients, at least when I was considering to get clients, I used to hire a web designer freelancer so he can design the website in Figma, and I can later on go ahead and code it in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So the agency was the agency of one. Like I used to do the outreach, the appointment setting, the closing, cold calling, closing. Later, if I close the client, I used to hire a freelancer, which is the HR's job. Then I used to code the website after getting the design, and then I used to show it to a client. Alhamdulillah. So I used to do all of these things all by myself. It doesn't mean that it's something bad or I used to like be stressed about it. I just think now I was considering hiring salespeople, but I didn't used to be, I didn't want it bad enough, this thing. Nothing was, there was the flame, the flame under my butt wasn't big enough. Yesterday, when I was tired, exhausted, and I had a fatigue, and I had a headache, and I was sick, and I had to record the video, and I had so much stuff going on, and I had so much work, this flame got very, very big. And I decided that, you know what, at least this stage of my business, finding clients and closing them I have to hire someone to do that. In very simple language, I just decided that, you know what, I'm gonna be hiring salespeople like a freaking monster. And Alhamdulillah, God gave idea to my mind like this. When you do some kind of pivot moment in your business, when you change something, you're not really sure about like how, right? You know what you have to change, or sometimes you don't even know what to change. And that's the beauty of your face, basically. He not only gives you, shows you what to change, but also says you and guides you how to do that thing. And that's the beauty. So he said me that I have to change this. I'm struggling with finding the clients. I'm not struggling with coding a website for them. I'm not struggling with product side of my business. I'm struggling with the marketing side of my business. So he said, delegate it. I said, okay. I go ahead to my WhatsApp. When I have had messaged with some people before, and to my Instagram. Who are these people? Well, it is you guys. Some of you are SMMA and marketers, and some of you are just nice people who just want to do something with their lives and succeed, right? Some of you have messaged me on WhatsApp, and most of you have messaged me on Instagram. So I go ahead and I messaged to, I think, 3 or 4 people on Instagram. And I think there was 1 or 2 guys on WhatsApp. Except that I go ahead on Fiverr and Freelancer and posted. On Fiverr you can post, but on Freelancer I posted that I'm searching for a salespeople to my team. What is my plan? My plan is to have a weekly calls. Like I don't used to do these things before. What am I change? What am I changing? I used to hire salespeople before, but I don't used to hire them as like I am doing right now. What I want to do, I want to hire someone who is willing to work for a commission only, right? I don't have money to pay someone, monthly fee, but I am willing, 100% if they find a client who wants to create a website or web app, 10%, great, go ahead, whatever. Yeah, okay. What else? Yeah, just basically find as many people who are willing to work for a commission, but I don't want these people to work as like an employees, right? I want them to feel like they are part of the community, because my goal isn't to to just put them in a situation where they are gonna be working for a commission their lifetime, right? My goal is to hire them for a normal, stable, monthly fee. I mean, I have hired this kind of people before a year ago, and I have seen a lot of people just, they want a normal, stable payout every single month. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that I can't afford it yet. So I will tell them, for a period of time until this agency will stand up from his knees into feet, I'm gonna be paying you a 10% commission from every sale you make. Later on, I'm gonna be paying you, monthly fee. And I think the third stage, which I don't think I will share with them, but I will share with you, I want to get to a level where, this cool startups, these cool companies, they pay monthly fee plus a bonus percentage. But this is not going to be a very big percentage. Even I think in Wall Street, in this kind of places, they give, up to like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. They don't pay 10% commission. And definitely not 50. Yeah. So their monthly fee I'm gonna be paying, when we're gonna get to, I think, $10,000 or $20,000 in revenue every month. At that scale, I can afford to hire someone for $500 or $1,000 a month. Yeah. But what we're gonna be doing with these people is that they're gonna be going all in into cold DMs and cold calling, cold DMs, cold calling, and cold emailing. But there is another one thing which I really want them to encourage, and I just, I wanna create some kind of a startup kind of an environment. I want just every one of them to be so invested into the thing, because I want to let them know into their like freaking DNA. If we succeed, you are gonna succeed. That's the logic here, right? So, yeah. Two things: cold emails, cold DMs. Third one is content creation. And I want to go really heavy on that with these people, because cold emails and cold DMs are great. But the results from cold DMs and cold emails are the clients or are people replying. Content creation on the other side, you don't need anyone to book an appointment or write a comment or any of that. The top dopamine comes from views, likes, shares, and the fame this account is gaining. You are already satisfied. If some kind of sales guy, I don't know what kind of magic we're gonna do. I have an idea of like, I don't know what kind of content we're gonna be making yet. That's, again, how you're gonna create that startup environment. Well, I'm gonna be listening to these people instead of telling them what to do. These guys are sales guys. Maybe they're not a professional sales guys, but at least let them do their job. At least let them be invested into this thing, you are gonna let them at least give an idea. What if we create a motivational videos Instagram page? Because a lot of the people who consume the motivational content are not normal people, are not people who play video games and jerk off, right? Uh, these are the people who are at least kind of into the self-improvement thing. And if you are into the self-improvement thing, you are gonna be at least somehow way or form involved into business stuff. Maybe not all of them are gonna be the kind of entrepreneurs we want purchase our websites services, but even 1% or 10%, if they are gonna buy, we are fine. It's great. There is just one idea, just this one idea about this motivational videos, which I had. And can you imagine what is gonna happen when I'm gonna have a call with all of these? I think I already got a couple of replies on WhatsApp. I had like 2 or 3 guys saying yes, okay, let's do it, alhamdulillah. I hope to get a calls with them. They just said okay in text, and I hope that they're gonna get actually into game. But yeah, you can burn out from not getting results from cold emails or cold calls, but you can't burn out from making content. As soon as your content is getting viewed, as soon as your content is getting shares and likes, and you are getting this dopamine, maybe not every single day, but every other day, you are not gonna quit the game. And that's what I want from the salespeople, because I'm not paying them monthly fee. I'm not paying them monthly fee. And if they're not getting paid, if they're not receiving replies from cold emails and cold DMs, it's not in their control. They can do the best job that they can do, but if the message is gonna get ignored, then I'm sorry, right? But there's another thing, content, as I said to you, like, even for me as an agency owner, as someone who is responsible for all of this stuff, seeing that, someone is involving with our brand, right? He's watching videos about us, maybe not about us, but related to us, maybe. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I think I hope for the best. I hope for the best. This content game, I'm really excited about, because what if we're gonna create a YouTube Shorts, YouTube channel, Instagram Reels, can you imagine, like, there is so many niches we can get into, right? We can even start to make and produce long form YouTube videos, which is gonna, insane. If we can do that, yeah, insane. Why we can't? I don't know why. I'm hoping, I'm really hoping and putting my trust that I can find the right people, because otherwise this is not gonna work that well. This strategy doesn't work without, support of other people. And if you are going through in your business or even in your life some kind of transformative moment in your life, when you change something in your business or in yourself or something like that, you can see me on the other side of the camera. I have changed the model of my business nearly to 365. Not only I used to work alone, but also I used to not produce any content. I used to just call DM people. And now, not only am I hiring, but also I'm also making this, I'm getting into cold emails. And not only am I getting into cold emails, I'm getting at max capacity. I think there got to be some kind of limit how many emails you can send a day, but I'm not sure. And same with this, cold DM stuff. Same with content creation. We can go nuts on that. You can go really, really, really crazy. Is it scary? Now it's the emotional part of it. Is it scary? Is it stressful? Is it something I'm not sure about? Is it something I'm worried? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That's okay to be scared. It doesn't mean that you are gonna stop being a hero. If you are scared, it doesn't mean that you are not a hero. My mom came in. So yeah. It's gonna be alright, man. It's gonna be alright. Keep going. Peace.